Here we go, folks, welcome back. It's time for another starting 11 prediction for tomorrow's game against Ross County at Celtic Park. Ross County come into this one sitting 8th in the Premiership, no wins for their last 5 games, went out to the Scottish Cup last week there to Ayr. They lost 1-0, so they're not in great form right now. Other news, we've called a few loan players back in the last day or two. Ewan Henderson has been called back from Ross County. Don't think he was getting a great deal of game time. The other one who's came back is Stephen Welsh, centre half who was on loan at Morton. That has a knock-on effect for the team because it looks like he's going to go straight into the first team squad for tomorrow. I thought we played well the other night there. Kilmarnock can be a very tough place to go. We've seen it in the past. The games can usually be very tight, won by the odd goal. But I thought we played some good stuff, particularly in the second half. Going forward, some of the link-up play was brilliant. We created a lot of chances. We're really good and we could have had more goals, so that's encouraging for us. In terms of the team for tomorrow, in goals it's going to be Fraser Foster, as it always is. At right back, we've seen that horrible tackle on Jeremy Frimpong from Alan Power, went unpunished of course. I think the injury's not as bad as Neil Lennon first feared. Looks like some bruising on his knee. I don't think he's going to be out for a long period, although he could have been with the nature of the tackle. I'm glad it looks like he's alright, but he's not going to be fit for this game, so I think we're going to stay with the 3 at the back, wing backs. I think on the right hand side we're going to see James Forrest come back into the team. Now he's going to play out on the right hand side. I think it was a flat back 4. We would see Moritz Bauer come in, but I think Neil Lennon liked the way we played the other night. We know he likes the 3-5-2, and I think he'll continue with that formation in this game. Now I think that means Forrest will play on the right hand side, almost as a wing back, but I think with the 3 centre halves there, we'll be able to deal with Ross County's attacking threat in the game. So I'm going to go Forrest playing from the right hand side as a winger / wing back. In the centre defence, I touched on Stephen Welsh coming back from Morton there. It does look like he's going into the first team squad. We did have all of our fit centre halves on the pitch against Kilmarnock the other night, which was actually pretty risky because usually Jozo doesn't play in plastic pitches because his knee problems that he's had. So I think we're going to continue with that though. I think Jozo will be on the right hand side, central defence, Julian and Aya alongside him. I thought we had a couple of nervy moments in defence the other night. There's no getting away for that. We lost a poor goal, but I think other than that it was fine. I think what it allows for up the pitch is why Neil Lennon's going to keep it. But as I say, if Welsh come back from loan to come into the first team, then we beat on out. It does mean that he's the only centre half, so I think he'll be in the bench, and I think we'll continue with the 3 at the back. On the left hand side, Johnny Hayes played well the other night. It was another one of those games where Neil Lennon knows what he's going to get out of Johnny Hayes. You always know what you're going to get out of Johnny Hayes. I thought at times his touch and his crossing wasn't great, but plenty of effort, plenty of running, defensively good. So he done well the other night, but I think we're going to see Bolingoli come back into the team. We obviously seen Taylor at Partick Thistle, Hayes during the week. I think we'll see Bolingoli tomorrow, provided that he's not injured. I think he'll play left wing back. In the midfield, Brown and McGregor, they're always there, we know that. Olivier and Cham in front of them, I was really impressed with Cham, particularly in the second half. The link up between him, Griffiths and Edward at times was frightening. I think if Olivier and Cham could just churn out those performances more consistently, he'd be absolutely unreal. That's the only criticism of his time at Celtic. He's just not played to that really high level that we know he's got consistently enough. So I'm going to go in Cham in front of them. Tom Rogic, who was probably the pick of the bunch at Partick Thistle, as I said last week, wasn't even in the squad. I haven't heard anything. I don't think he's injured. I haven't heard Neil Lennon talking about him being injured, so he could potentially come back into the team. I would expect him to be in the squad and probably on the bench, because I think in Cham in front, Brown and McGregor worked really well in the second half the other night. And up top, I expect the 2 up front to continue. Lee Griffiths alongside Odsonne Edouard. You can tell they're really trying to link up. They're working on it. There's a lot of 1-2s. There's a lot of wee overs, wee dummies. They're trying really hard. I thought it clicked a few times the other night, and they nearly combined for a couple of goals. You think about that one just after Griffiths' goal where he rolls in Edouard for a great chance. Edouard himself had a couple of brilliant bits of link up with Griffiths and the Cham, as I've touched on already, and I think that gives us a different dynamic. I know I've said I'm not the biggest fan of 2 up front, but I think at home, particularly at Celtic Park, we can definitely play that way. And I think the attacking edge that it gave us the other night was good to see. I think I've talked about freshness before and changing things up in terms of personnel going forward. I think 2 up top gives us a bit of freshness. I think that was probably as good as we've played going forward since, I would say, November. I think the whole of December we didn't really look in top gear attacking wise, but I thought the other night there in the second half we were really good, so that's why I think Neil Lennon will stick with this formation. He'll stick with the 2 up top. Brilliant to see Lee Griffiths have 2 starts and get 2 goals. I want to see him as well, the same as Ncham. I know his circumstances are totally different to Ncham's, but I want to see him consistently now get goals, get performances, get his sharpness up, and really bring a consistent level to the team, because he can still be a huge player for us in this second half of the season. And we've got a couple of games coming up here. I think tomorrow against Ross County, on Wednesday at McDermott Park against St Johnstone are good games. If Griffiths can get another start under his belt, good games for him to get time in and hopefully to get a few more goals. It will only do his confidence a world of good. And Edouard, who was superb the other night, could have had more goals. As I say, the chance in the second half where Griffiths lays him in, he's got one where he goes by, I think it's Stuart Finlay who fouls him. He could have went down for a penalty, stayed in his feet, tried to finish it, but the turn and the finish for the goal that he did get was absolutely world class. There's nobody else in the league that could have invented a finish for that situation. There's a deflection on the cross, it's bobbling on that surface, and he spins and finishes it absolutely top class. So that's the team I've went with for tomorrow. Like the video, comment with your own thoughts below. Who do you think is going to start? Do you think we'll keep the 3 at the back? Do you think we'll keep 2 up front? Who do you expect the wing backs to be if it is that formation? And if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe below. We'll see you tomorrow after the game for all of the post-match content, and the post-match pint will be back from Malone's after the game as well. That's it, thank you.